All right, Chadwick Boseman, I'm rooting for you, my brother. I am rooting for you. My name is Brandon Keith Avery, and this is just my opinion. Hey, what's going on, everyone? Thank you so much for tuning in to my opinion/review for 21 Bridges. I really do appreciate it. And if this is your first time finding me and you want more movie reviews, trailer reactions, TV recaps, or just anything I think is cool, please click on that subscribe button and also the bell so you can be notified when I make uploads and you will be on your way. 21 Bridges is a film starring brother Chadwick Boseman. I'm a big fan of this man. I think he is a phenomenal actor. When I first saw the trailer for this movie, I was like, oh, I'm down. This looks great. I love Chadwick. I love everyone involved. This thing is going to be good. And when I say everyone involved, I'm talking about the Russo brothers, Joe and Anthony Russo. They are the producers for this film. And of course, they brought him onto the scene in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, the MCU, with Captain America Civil War as Black Panther. And I love that film. They were also a part of Avengers Infinity War and Avengers Endgame, all starring Chadwick Boseman as Black Panther. And of course, we can't forget about Black Panther, one of my most anticipated films in life last year. And I thought the film was great. I can't wait for Black Panther 2. Year 2022, please hurry up and get here. But also, we got Chadwick Boseman in 42. He was great. Get On Up, Marshall, and also Message from the King, which a lot of people haven't seen, but it's on Netflix, and I strongly suggest you go check that out. Now, this film, 21 Bridges, is being directed by Brian Kirk. I've never heard about him before. He is an Irish gentleman. And when I looked at his filmography, of course, he's done a number of short films and a lot of TV. He did a film titled Middletown that came out in Ireland, which I've never heard of and haven't seen. But with his TV, he has done a few things that you probably heard of, like Luther, Boardwalk Empire, and a few episodes of Game of Thrones. So he does have a bit of talent there, not hating on the man. But as far as this film is concerned, guys, if you couldn't tell already, my expectations were through the roof. I mean, I was going into this thing just hoping that it was the best thing ever. I wanted this black man, this brother Chadwick Boseman, to do a great job and just deliver some high quality entertainment. And I'm not going to waste your time, guys. He did. This film was freaking fantastic. And it's not often that you can go into a film with high expectations and they were met. And they were met in this film, and I'm just so happy to say that. I'm so happy to report that. I'm just so happy to review this film because I really did think it was great. Now, I did look on Rotten Tomatoes, and it is not doing well right now, and I just don't understand. And I think I do, and I'll probably talk about that at the end of this review. But, I mean, like I said, guys, the film is outstanding. We have a great cast with Taylor Kitsch. I don't know if it's Stephen James or Stefan James. He was in the film If Beale Street Could Talk, which did great last year or the year before that. And he was also in the movie Race. And I haven't seen that film. I don't know if it was good or bad. If you have, please let me know. And like I said, we also have J.K. Simmons. So this film is stacked with a great cast. We also have Keith David in this film. And Keith David is one of my favorite actors out there as well. He wasn't that prominent in this movie, which is a little bit disappointing, but the man is still there, had a few lines of dialogue, and he was entertaining. I mean, with Keith David, I'm going on like a little side tangent right here. You know, one of my favorite lines is when he was in Armageddon and all the heroes are trying to, you know, bid for what they want for trying to save the world. He's like, look at this: burglary, assault, arrest, resisting arrest. We have an agency out for the mob. 2 of these guys have done serious time. Well, they're the best at what they do. Well, so am I, and I'm not so optimistic. We spend $250 billion a year in defense. And here we are, the fate of the planet in the hands of a bunch of retards I wouldn't trust with a potato gun. Okay, I'm sorry, I digress. But no, guys, let me get serious. So what is this film 21 Bridges about? Thrust into a citywide manhunt for a duo of cop killers, NYPD Detective Andre Davis begins to uncover a massive conspiracy that links his fellow police officers to a criminal empire and must decide who he is hunting and who is actually hunting him. During the manhunt, Manhattan is completely locked down for the first time in its history. No exit or entry to the island, including all 21 bridges. Now, there was a number of things that I loved in this film. Number one, it has to go to Chadwick Boseman. I mean, the man is just fantastic. His character, Andre, for me personally, it was just hard for me not to fall in love with him instantly. I mean, my goodness gracious, as soon as the film starts off, I was not able to necessarily empathize with him, but I was definitely able to sympathize with him. And then right after that, we get to know who the man is down in his core, his DNA, his code of conduct, you know, what makes him tick and what makes him talk. And then we find out that this man cares about his mom, taking care of his mom, and will do everything just to make sure that she's okay. And we get to see him in action. And not only action, this man is a smart, intelligent detective, kind of like Batman style. And this is all within like the first 10 minutes of the movie. Catered by great acting. How can I not love this film? How can I not love this character? Another thing that's just great about this film is it's hilarious. There's a lot of politics, and I like all the banter between all the different police agencies and government agencies in this movie. I mean, it's hilarious. Some people may not like it and things like that. Just say, hey, I want you to get straight to the point. Let's get to the nitty gritty. But I feel that they did get there. And when they do get to the nitty gritty, which is early on in the film, it's nonstop. I kind of want to reference the film titled Running Scared that starred the late Paul Walker. And this film has elements of that film and also exceeds it in ways that I did not know was possible. I mean, the direction in this film by Mr. Brian Kirk, who has never really done a full-length feature, did a great job with his direction, with his camera angles and movements and all of that good stuff. I was really fascinated by it, and it was just something that's just hard not to enjoy. And going back to the characters, Chadwick Boseman is not the only standout in this film. Everybody did a great job, including J.K. Simmons, including Keith David, including Taylor Kitsch, and especially Stephen James. I'm sorry if I'm getting your name wrong, my brother, but everybody did a great job. And also I like how the film and the plot kind of play with you, because while you do have your core set of characters that you're rooting for, there are some times where the film makes you change your mind in the middle of it about how you feel about said character. Well, like, wait a minute. Okay, is this character a good guy? Is this character a bad guy? Okay, no, they're a good guy, but maybe they're a bad guy. Man, how is this going to develop? I don't know, but I'm interested. I am interested. And just throughout this whole film, like a good hour of the film, I was just like smiling and like ear to ear, guys, and I'm not exaggerating. I mean, we had a nice score, a nice soundtrack to complement everything with the nice direction, which I talked about, and I'm just like eating it up or whatever. I mean, I was just so relaxed and entertained while I was watching this movie. I had strangers to my left and my right. I almost dang near reached and grabbed her popcorn and she didn't even know me or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And I don't even think she would have had a problem with it or whatever, because, you know, I mean, like, we were talking to each other while we was doing the film, and don't get mad at me in the comments, we were talking very low, but that's just how engaging the film was, because everyone is just trying to kind of figure out what's going on and this plot twist and that plot twist and what's going to happen next. And as things are unraveling, as you're peeling back the layers and things like that, I'm not going to just say it's predictable, but at the same time, you could see where it was going, and it was just kind of fun to try to guess how an outcome would develop seconds before it does. And I don't know, this film is just like a crowd pleaser on all levels, in my opinion, for people that actually want justice. Because in my personal opinion, the only type of people that would not like this film are just straight up white supremacists, or people that believe in the Blue Lives Matter crap. Now, I'm not finna say that if you don't like the film, you fall into one of those categories. No. That would be very ignorant and stupid for me to say. But I can definitively say that those type of people would not like this movie. Now, if you just don't like the movie because you don't like the movie, that's very fair. You could not like the acting. You could not like the performances or the action, the story, you know, whatever. But I can definitively say that, you know, people that do believe in the Blue Lives Matter crap, they're not going to like this film. I even read a review for someone, and they even mentioned that, just saying, okay, hey, they're talking about how cops are trigger happy in this country, and it's offensive. He put that in his, or he or her put that in their review or whatever. And this film does talk about that, because I mean, you can't get mad. That's just the reality of the situation. I mean, look around you, look at the news, look at whatever, it's there in your face. So you can't deny it when people are putting, or filmmakers are putting real life content in films. And also, I mean, just another thing that I love about this film is, especially about Chadwick Boseman, is all that I said, that you can sympathize with this character. You have his DNA, his his code, what makes him tick, what makes him talk. He takes care of his mother, and he's very intelligent. The man is also powerful. There is not anyone telling him what to do in this film. He's going around telling people what to do and how things are going to get done. I'm just like, oh, hold up. Yes. Give me more of this. I can eat this all up. And then just really on another level, Stephen James, his character right here, I could sympathize and I can empathize with this brother. I mean, his acting was great. I mean, I just got to give it to him. I mean, he is a textbook example in this movie of a black man being misunderstood in America. And the dialogue between his character and Chadwick Boseman character Andre, it was powerful to me. I can completely understand that someone else that does not look like me may not understand it, and that's fair, and there's nothing wrong with that. But just me as a black man, and they didn't like shove it down your face. It wasn't just spoon fed to you and just unnecessary lines of dialogue. It came out in the performance, in their body language and their mannerisms, and I was just like, wow, I see what y'all are doing there. I can read between the lines, and this is just touching me in ways that I did not know that I can be touched. And I'm being serious, when I say that. And then you have all the police corruption and things of that nature that are underlying themes of this movie. And it's just like and the way that certain characters try to excuse their behavior and justify it, it don't work like that. It just doesn't work like that. And that's just another great thing about this film. And the action is just super dope as well. I mean, there are a great length of nice gun battles in this film that are very well choreographed and just very, very eloquent chase scenes as well. I mean, there are characters in this movie just really, I said earlier in this film, running scared, and they're just really running for your lives, and they're just trying to get away. And I'm not going to spoil it for you here, whether they're good or bad, whether they should be caught or whether they should just get away. And, man, I was just really entertained by this thing, just like all in my chair, just like this, just engaged from beginning to end, top to bottom, to left to right. It's just freaking fantastic. So, guys, if you are a big fan of Chadwick Boseman, we got to support this movie. We got to support this film. It has a $33 million budget. And if you know the rule of three in Hollywood, how studios want to receive a respectable profit, any film has to make at least 3 times the production budget. So 33 times 3 is $99 million. So at minimum, this film needs to make $100 million at the box office, for its whole theatrical run. Hopefully it gets around 300. I doubt it, but I'm rooting for it, and I'm going to support this film to the high heavens. The only thing that I did not like about this film was the title, 21 Bridges. I just thought that was very on the nose. I felt that way in the movie, and I felt that way in the trailers. They could have came up with a better title. It was just like, it's 21 bridges, we gotta shut them down. It kind of came across kind of corny to me. But that's the only thing that I did not really enjoy in this film. But if I had to rate 21 Bridges out of a 1 out of 10, man, I'm gonna give it a hey, man, I don't care. I'm giving this a 9.5 out of 10. Yes, a 9.5 out of 10, guys. This is one of my favorite films in all of 2019. Not going to necessarily say the best. I got to see a lot more. But it definitely is my favorite, and I will happily go see this again and happily go pay for it. But guys, that is just my opinion. Thank you so much for tuning in. What did you think about my review? What did you think about the movie? Are you interested in seeing it? Also, guys, in the comment section below, please let me know what is your favorite cop movie of all time. Let's get this conversation going and keep it flowing. If you like this video, please go ahead and give me the thumbs up. Also, subscribe to the channel. Please help me reach 15,000 subscribers, and then we can move on to 20. Also, look me up on social media, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, all that good stuff. It's right there at the bottom of your screen. It's in the pinned comments and the description box. But guys, I just want to thank you again for tuning in. And before you go, don't forget to always chase your dreams, because I'm chasing mine. My name is Brandon Keith Avery, and that's just my opinion. Peace.